Ohio is one step away from expanding gun access to teachers. The bill drastically reduces the training hours needed to carry a concealed firearm on school grounds from more than 700 hours to just 24 hours. It passed in both chambers after being fast-tracked in the wake of the Texas school shooting. Republican Governor Mike DeWine is expected to sign it into law any day now. Joining me now is former CIA officer and former FBI agent turned high school teacher in Dallas, Tracy Walder. Tracy, thanks so much for being here. You know how to fire a gun. What's it like firing a gun? Can you learn it pretty easily?
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me, Katie. Not to sound trite, but it's relatively easy to learn how to, point and shoot or just sort of target shoot, with a weapon. With my CIA training and FBI training, I kind of calculated that I have about a little over 4,000 hours of firearms training combined. What's more difficult is that situational awareness training or that fear extinction training.
So what you mean by that is it's more difficult if you are faced with somebody who is shooting at you or just shooting in your vicinity.
Yes, that's correct. I think a lot of times we think it's so easy to fire a gun. We're kind of shooting at this stagnant paper target, if you will. And really, the reality is when push comes to shove, when you are in the situation, when your adrenaline has kicked in, you really go into what we call self-preservation mode. And there's no shame in that. That's normal. People don't want to die. That is a normal trait that people have. Well, the training that I received, it sort of works to counter that, basically going inside the burning building to help people rather than kind of going outside of the burning building. And that is really the crux of the training and what's the most difficult thing to train into folks.
So you're saying that if you're a teacher and you have 24 hours of gun training, you have 700 hours of gun training, 7,000 hours of gun training, no matter what, if you are faced with an active shooter and that active shooter has a pistol or if that active shooter has an AR-15, it's not going to be so easy as just pointing and shooting.
Yes, I think, in society, a lot of people like to think, oh, I would have shot him. If I had a gun, I would have shot him. And that's a normal thing to think. I think people want to think that they would save human life. But the reality of the situation is that's not the case. And to give teachers 24 hours of training, I was reading that they lowered it to 24 hours. And some of it might be tactical in nature, which is what I talked about with that situational awareness. I do not see how you could adequately prepare a teacher to do that. That's not why we got into the profession in the first place.
Yeah, there's that. There's also, we saw this in Uvalde. Police officers didn't go in and confront the shooter, and they were trained in this exact situation with an active shooter. They were trained for this, and they have an oath to serve and protect. This is their job, and they hesitated. The guy had an AR-15 style weapon. I always say that, but basically an AR-15. That's not just so easy to confront. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely not. And so I think that's what's surprising me by the speed of this Bill 99. That's what's very surprising is that this went through so quickly. I don't understand where we see police officers not going in, waiting an hour to go in, and sort of, maybe being apprehensive because they don't want to die and they don't want to take fire. Why we would think that teachers would, for some reason, feel more inclined to take fire and put themselves in harm's way. And teachers are heroes. I love being a teacher. It's one of the best jobs I've ever had. But my goal is to educate children, to have them become critical thinkers, not to be taking some of my professional development time and putting it into firearms training.
What do you think the solution is here?
I think the picture that you had up of me before, that's an M4. So really the difference between that and an AR-15 is that it's fully automatic and an AR-15 is not. And, I don't understand why we think the solution to a common threat, which is gun violence, is more guns. I'm not anti-gun. I've owned various guns throughout the course of my life. However, I think we need some common sense gun legislation. And I think that's what's really going to help our teachers and help our schools and help keep our kids safe.
Is it common sense to ban semi-automatic weapons, to ban assault weapons?
In my opinion, I think it is common sense to ban those weapons. I'm not for a ban on all guns, but that's what we see as the common theme through all of this. Even with Tulsa yesterday, that was an AR-15, and the speed and ease at which people acquire these weapons is shocking to me.